Hi, let's go through a little bit concepts of feature and software and how these parts are delivered during the project. So we have one box here which is actually our service and software what we are working with. There is a core idea and software as a one box. It means that contains the main idea of the whole thing what we are building, but the main important thing is that whatever our service is doing, the features are the things what we are using to get new users and find customers. So our features are very important. We have to deliver working and nice features because they are actually getting our customers. If they are valuable for customer users, whatever we have, then we have someone who is paying on our service. And that's why we are now focusing on in this video the idea that our software is one box which contains several features, and we are developing those among this whole solution here. So let's look at that, how it's happening during the project and why we are talking about these features so much. So I have drawn a little bit bigger picture here, and we have been starting with the project. At first we are gathering requirements, doing the planning, estimations, trying to figure out how we go through the whole project to the end of the project and how to make it possible. We have set some goals and targets for the project. These red lines here are just describing the goal and gates, etappi in Finnish. And then we are planning the features what we were talking about in this picture. So we are planned that we are going to build those features during the project, and this is the reason why we are spending a lot of time for these feature descriptions, because features are major thing for our project and our customers. So we are trying to deliver these features in a way that they are most benefiting our customers if possible, and we have to somehow set the dates and time or schedule when certain features should be ready to deliver for customer in a best case. But anyway, the timing and schedule is interesting that we have to plan first somehow to find what are needed and when. When we look at inside one of the feature, we can find that there is a feature description, and now you can see that there is some of functional requirements involved with this feature. There is a performance requirements, there can be accessibility requirements, and they are actually linked with this one feature here. I have also added this user story in a corner, so you understand or remember that this user story is somehow driving, and there can be several of user stories which are involved with this specific feature. So we can put a lot of those online, but these are together giving us the idea that what this feature should do, and that's why we try to collect them in one location, all this information. I show you soon what I mean. But anyway, we have to put these things linked together, because when we are trying to build this one feature, we have to be aware of all needed aspects and background information, what is needed. And when we are moving to another feature, there is another requirements involved with that one. there can be large or simple features, whatever, but there is plenty of things to take care of each of these. So when we are planning things, we have to somehow find good way of releasing these items. And what I mean, what is releasing, it means that when you have implemented or you have written implementation for feature and they have tested and it's working and then it's ready for release for the customer use. For example, in a best situation, we are releasing several versions of software during the project. Nowadays it's a mandatory to get these releases out quite soon from when these projects are going on, and it's possible that there is always project going on in certain product lines, that there is releases coming once a month or once a week in a fast environments, but there is also companies who are delivering once a year, and that's a little bit old-fashioned nowadays. But when we are trying to find the best situation during the project, we have to make some kind of plan, and this is called release planning. It means that we go through these all features so we could build this setup here what we are aiming for. So it's possible that this box it's built in a way that these are done first and then this one. So it depends how we want to make. This can be the first most valuable one. So this is most important one for the customer, so we have to build it first. Then this is second, and it's in the list that this one is second on the list. And then the third, and then the fourth, and fifth. So you understand this, some kind of order is needed, and it's simple in this list. You can just see that things are happening, but sometimes it's possible that when we are trying to understand what is the best way, it can be that some of these features are not actually possible to do in this right order what we have first described. It's possible that this one is actually linked heavily with this or this. There is some kind of link between, and it's possible that you have to find a way that, okay, we have to move this delivery or implementation to be earlier than this one, and this makes it a little bit difficult for the people who try to find the perfect combination for the release, and then they have to change the time and schedule, and it's possible that we have to really change this original plan and draw again new way of releasing our project. That's why we have to make sure that we have a clue of which features we should release in which order. This is very simple way again to explain it, but now we are looking at those features. What are those features actually are? We go inside OPF. So in OPF framework, you can find this description of the feature. And if you look at there, you can find some elements. For example, this feature here, we can move this description somewhere here, and we collect these requirements to this description page. So you understand that things are in one place when you are looking from the document point of view. So feature description is found there, and as we have another requirements and we have user stories, for example, here we collect all this information in one documentation. There can be also user interface, mockup, whatever. That's why we need these features described in a way that we can really find needed information in one location, and this is the place where we put them in OPF. There is a feature description page for each features what we have here. So if we are taking this kind of copy of this page and we just think about that there is description for all these different features, so then you understand a little bit better what is the reason of why we are describing these kind of feature document pages. This is a little bit complicated explanation, but I will make better later. But in this moment I give you this one first. Let's discuss more. Thank you.